Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sport Show right here on Smash FM here on a Thursday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go to our friends up in Queensland in particular and speak with the defending champions in the HART Sapphire series. And of course, that is the Cougars. And of course, they're running pretty good at the moment, at the top of the ladder at the moment. We've only 2 rounds to go, including this weekend. And, of course, they got a big game this weekend as well at Nissan Arena. Of course, we've got 2 very special guests joining us right now to tell us all about it. Thanks both for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Well, I will get both of you to introduce yourselves and tell us what position we'll see both of you play on the court.
My name's Macy, and I play centre and wing attack for the Cougars, but mainly centre.
Yeah, and I'm Lisa, and I play wing attack centre and mostly wing attack when I'm on the court.
Tell us a bit about the weekend's game that you just played. Pretty tough game out there. Tell us a bit about it.
So we played against the Jets, and we've lost 2 of our players at the moment because they're with the Firebirds hubbing. So it was a tough game. We probably took it away in the fourth quarter. But yeah, it was a tight tussle.
How important was that game against the Jets? Obviously, it was the grand final rematch of a year ago. How difficult was it with, as you mentioned before, Macy, that you didn't have your 2 key players due to, obviously, they're with the Firebirds now, which they've moved on to South Australia. How difficult has that been, and how much of a motivation was it to keep winning, knowing that you're trying to pretty much secure top spot?
Yeah, it was definitely a tough game, but all of us girls knew we had to definitely prove something to everyone else in the comp, saying that we weren't just a 2-man team. We are definitely a 10, 11, 12-man team, and whoever's on the court, we can definitely bust out a good game and win.
Now, you got a chance to wrap up the minor premiership with a win this weekend. Obviously, with a huge points, obviously winning a lot of quarters as well as winning the game, of course. How important is it to win quarters for everyone out there, especially around the country who haven't gone through the system of, how important winning quarters are, because obviously it goes towards the later positions?
Yeah, it's definitely really important to win all your quarters, just because it keeps the ladder so close. Even if you don't win the game necessarily, by winning quarters, it allows you to keep in touch with each other in terms of each other's placings on the ladder. So winning each quarter is really important, and it just keeps the game really competitive as well.
Tell us a bit about the preparations going to this week's game.
Yeah, so preparation, it's just like any other game. Our training on Tuesdays was pretty good. We trained as a team. It was normally our conditioning and fitness session. And then we'll have training tonight with all our players going through tactical strategies and just figuring out how to play a good game. And then we'll do our own little routine in the morning on Sunday, and then we'll see how the game goes.
How tough has it been to be in the reigning champions at the moment, as everyone's trying to hunt you down so far?
Yeah, it's always tough. I guess you've got a target on your back when you're the reigning premiers and you haven't lost a game yet. There's always a lot to lose when you haven't lost yet. So, but we don't really think about that. We just play each game like we want to win, and our goal this season is to obviously win. So that's our focus at the moment.
How's the team coping with that at the moment? Obviously, you're still pretty good at the top of the ladder at this stage.
Yeah, like what Macy said, we don't really put that much pressure on ourselves. We're just out here playing netball, and we play the sport we love. So we all know that we're going to back each other in whatever we're going to do. So yeah, it's just a normal netball game to us.
Tell us a bit about your amazing coaches there at the Cougars.
Yeah, so we have Liz and Amanda, and honestly, I've played some of my best netball underneath them. They're really supportive, but also really direct, and always have your best interest at heart. So playing for them is so easy, and I think everyone in our team really enjoys having them as our coaches. We're really, really lucky.
Yeah, and So it's my first year in Cougars, and coming over here, yeah, they do have a scary reputation. But when you get here, they're such an amazing team, and yeah, you can't fault them any bit.
Now, I rarely ask this question, but I'm going to ask this question right now, which is, tell us how special is play with each other on the same team, and what have both of you learned from playing with each other?
Well, Lisa and I are pretty lucky because we've played with each other for a few years now, coming up through underage in Queensland as well. I think just seeing each other grow, well, for me, from being a bit younger and a bit inexperienced, I suppose, to seeing each other grow on the court and as people is really cool, and our friendship grows as well as the years we play netball together as well.
Yeah, it is a great experience. We started when we were like 16, 17 in underage, and then going through underage, getting into the 19s together, and then fusion, and then coming to this team. It's just an any other team, and it's kind of, it's just we know what we got to do, and it's just so easy to play with Mace. So yeah, it's always fun.
Now, I know I'm going to ask the most silliest question, but what would be a highlight throughout both your times playing with each other, other than winning the Sapphire series?
Oh, I think probably under 19s in what year? 2019. Yeah. We pretty much played the whole nationals tournament together, and I think by the end of the week we were just so buggered. It was pretty funny, just some of the stuff that we'd come up with on court, and we would just look at each other and be like, how do we do that? But yeah, mine would be our 19s team as well. It's just the connection we had. We grew throughout the whole championships, and even like off court was crazy. Like we couldn't stop talking, we couldn't stop laughing. It was just a great experience, and definitely would do it again, but we just keep getting older.
How did both of you get involved in netball, and why did you choose it?
I got involved in netball because my friends at school were playing, so that's pretty much why I got involved. And I continued to keep playing just because I loved it, and you build so many more friendships, and I just love it.
And mine would be because my 3 older sisters were playing netball, so I was like, I wanted to do it too. And my mum made me go into a little team and had to start from the bottom, but I'm here now and still loving it.
Obviously, we mentioned about highlights before with each other, obviously representing the states at nationals, and especially obviously winning the HART Sapphire series together. Tell us which one of those, is it representing Queensland at nationals, or is it winning a HART Sapphire series with the Cougars? Which one of those two is more significant to both of you?
I just have to break. We weren't in the team last year, so we didn't win.
We watched it. Our best friends were in it, but
we weren't. But we're trying to recreate it this year, so that's our biggest plan. So I think if we win, and hopefully we do, fingers crossed,
will be
our biggest highlight.
Both of you mentioned right at the start what position you both play on the court. If you had a preferred position where you'd love to convince your coaches to put you, and here's your chance right now, where would that be?
Definitely goal attack. I feel like I like to think that I can shoot. I probably can't, but if I was to convince Liz and Amanda to put me anywhere, it'd definitely be goal attack.
Yeah, mine would be in the shooting circle. Get me like a shooter bib and I'll try to do buckets for days, but probably won't get there.
What does the sport of netball mean to both of you, especially being part of the Brisbane North Cougars?
The sport definitely means so much. It's such a part of my life. My family did it. I have so many friends, so many role models in this sport that I look up to. So it means so much to me to be a part of this it's definitely like a community. It's not a sport. Like there's so many people that you get along with and like treasure the time with. So yeah, it means a lot.
Yeah, I'm pretty similar to Lise, how she said it's community. There's so many people you become involved with and get to know, and they become like your second family because you're playing netball so often. So yeah, it's just a massive part of my life and I love it, and I hope to stay in the sport for as long as I can.
And do either of you have any future ambitions in the sport of netball? Which I know that was the most silliest question I just asked.
Yeah, definitely. But I think just not really thinking about it and just enjoying playing netball for me is the most important thing, and wherever that takes me, we'll be happy.
Yeah, that's probably my answer as well.
Now, you might as well give your junior netball club a bit of a shout out. And do either you go back to your junior netball club to help them out in any way?
Yeah, so we do some clinics with all the Brisbane North little
Cougars, the girls that are just starting netball at Net Set Go, we go back and help out at the clinics and the grassroots, which is practically where we started.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's good to see them, the little girls, run out and try to get the love of their sport. Keep going. Oh.
Metro,
yeah.
we played at Metro, so that's in Coorparoo in Brisbane.
Yeah. Go Metro.
Now, what will be your advice to people out there that should get involved in netball, especially there in Brisbane?
Get involved. There's no better sport to be a part of. You make lots and lots of friends and you get to have a good time all the time. You'll have a smile on your face every single time you go and play netball. So I wouldn't recommend it enough.
Yeah, I would say get some netty shoes and get on the court because you won't turn back because it's a great sport.
Now, let's finish off a couple of lighthearted questions about your teammates. But before I do that, now, do either of you have brothers and sisters that play the sport? And if so, who's the better netball player?
Lisa does. She has a sister that plays.
I have my sister Gemma. She's in the Firebirds. It would be bad to not choose her, but I'm going to back myself.
Yes.
I like that.
And say, yeah, I'm the better one.
Good choice.
Oh, yeah, I have two brothers, but neither of them play netball. Yeah, so I would say I'm the better netball out of us three because I'm the only one that plays. So, but I think I'm the most talented anyway, despite any sport being involved.
Now, I have to ask Lisa this question then to you. You mentioned that you have a sister that plays the sport, obviously, playing for the Queensland Firebirds, who are obviously they've moved on to South Australia, I think, at the moment, due to obviously the season. What have you learned from playing, to have a sister that plays the sport?
Just knowing that everyone that's in the sport is always backing you, and you have so much support from people that you don't even know but loves the sport and will back you anyway. So yeah, the amount of supportive people that are in the sport and in this environment. So yeah, that's probably it.
All right, well, let's get back to what I was going to ask about your lighthearted question about your teammates. Firstly, who had the most embarrassing moment on the court this season, and what was it? Knowing that your games are live streamed.
I think any person that gets a falcon, it's embarrassing. I've had a few.
It's always the replay. That's always you. If you want to go back and replay the Falcons. But I can't see any big one that has happened.
Oh no.
Remy always stacks it in the circle. Oh, Mace always stacks it.
I have a few.
Every game Mace is on the floor at any point. But yeah, I think we're pretty coordinated. We don't have that many unfortunate events that happen in the game.
We would get in trouble by Liz and Amanda if we did something silly.
Yeah.
So we keep it very, very tame.
Yeah, very controlled.
Now, who's the comedian, the best singer, the best dancer on the team, or into their TikToks?
Tina is
yeah.
definitely into her TikToks. She's TikTok famous, I think.
I'd say she's the best dancer as well.
She's the best dancer. Me, I think she's a great singer. She's a horrible singer. But
I think when we're all together, we're a funny group.
Yeah.
So I reckon I'll put that all of us would be funny.
Rem's laugh is funny.
Yeah.
I laugh at Rem's laugh. So
Remy, yeah. Riley Holland has a good one-liners that come out of nowhere. So
they're a bit savage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can break you or make you. But yeah, Liz is kind of funny. She has her one-liners too.
Yeah.
But yeah. I think that's it. We're not a very funny group, actually, thinking about it.
We think we're funny, but other people probably don't.
But yeah.
Now, do either of you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
Nah.
We're pretty
plain Jane. We
do whatever.
Do whatever. Go with the flow, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of reflected in our netball a bit, I think, as well.
Yeah. Just get through the motions. Do what we can to get the goal.
Do either of you have like a pre-game song to hype yourself up before a game?
I like just to sing along once. Like get a bit of High School Musical, ABBA.
I don't mind ABBA. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
I like ABBA.
Okay, so do you have a favourite ABBA song?
Dancing Queen.
Yeah.
That's gotta be my favourite.
Yeah.
You can get a boogie into it as well.
Yeah.
It'll be good. It's a nice one.
I know that some of your teammates have tried to use the Suncorp Super Shot that's at Nissan Arena at some of your games. Have either of you tried that before yourselves?
No.
Only we get told off if we go and shoot when they're practicing.
Yeah.
So
we can't go into the circle while the shooters are shooting. So it's not our area. It's their area. We got to keep clear of it.
Yeah.
Or we'll
hopefully one day, fingers crossed,
Yeah.
Liz will give us a go and we can get a shot in the Super Shot.
We mentioned before about, how important it is for, your team in particular to go out to the community, especially with the kids. I know that you've had some ball kids come to your games from different clubs coming to your games and obviously big ball kids. How important has that been this year? And especially have the team given any of those ball kids a bit of advice on their netball journey?
I think we're really lucky that they give up their time to come and help us out with our games, because I know when I was their age, I loved doing that for the older girls as well. So I think every single time that they come, we try and give a bit of time to them. And if they have any questions for us, we always try and give our best advice or give them some tips on how we can help them with their netball. But we love their support and we're really thankful that they come out to our games.
The first one is, what was the strangest thing that you've seen on the netball court this season by either your team or the opposition?
I saw someone playing wing defence thinking they were playing centre, and they went all the way into the goal third, and the umpire didn't pick up on it, and everyone in the game, no one noticed until she was like, oh my goodness, I'm in the wrong third. And that was probably the wackest thing I've seen so far.
Mine's not a weird thing, but mine's kind of funny. In our last game, Riley Holland, our shooter,
yes,
got
I know where this is going.
got a pass
To
right
the
in the
crotch.
private area. And she just made a weirdest sound, and everyone just
noise.
cracked it. Even the crowd was laughing. It was just perfect.
Yep. Yeah, so yeah, we did see that on the live stream, by the way. So I know exactly where that one was going. And of course, for everyone that should come out and watch the Cougars play throughout the rest of this season, obviously with 2 rounds to go, including this weekend and the finals, what would be your advice and get out there and support the Cougars?
Just come along. Hopefully we'll put on a cracking game for you and provide some entertainment. So yeah, for sure, come along and hopefully we'll get the win for you. Wear some red as well.
Yeah, show our colours so we know that you're there. So yeah.
Well, both of you, thank you so much for giving up your time to join us before training tonight. Best of luck this weekend. I wish we were up there to support the team this weekend, but obviously with Melbourne being in lockdown as of tonight, obviously we'll hopefully be up there a little bit later on the season. Hopefully maybe at this stage, hopefully grand final day, I think. Hopefully we'll be up there to watch the team hopefully win a championship in the HART Sapphire series in about 5-6 weeks' time.
Perfect. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries. Of course, if you want to get out there and support the Mighty Cougars as they try to defend that championship from last season in the HART Sapphire series, of course, we'll put all the details up on their game this weekend there at Nissan Arena. There's more on the Smash Sport Show right after this. Don't go away. Here on the 10th year celebration.